Hey everyone, Samuel here, Crypto Marine BTC. How are you? It has been a while since I've communicated with you and put up a video. And today's video, I'm going to be discussing the SEC and ICOs. The reason why I am doing this video with you is because I am getting a lot of questions from people in the crypto world, especially the investors that are out there. And I too am an investor, by the way. I do believe in crypto and where it's going to go, and it's definitely going to be huge. However, there are plenty of channels that are out there that are discussing the SEC and blaming the SEC for the inability for U.S. citizens to invest in ICOs. I kind of want to shed some light on this because, as you all know, I have been heavily looking into this and researching this quite some time now, and some time has definitely passed. I have more information that will be coming much later too as well, soon, hopefully in the next week or two, and I'll definitely keep you posted on that. But I have some good information for you right now. I am not believing one word of what others are saying out there that the SEC won't let you purchase ICO tokens, etc., and that's just a bunch of malarkey. Okay, it really is. And there's a channel out there of a guy that I've sort of been in communication with back and forth. A very nice gentleman, Jason. And he goes by Crypto Crow. And I'm going to give a shout out to you, Jason. I think your channel is awesome. I like your videos and so forth. And I like your dialogue, and you're keeping it real. I really like that. So you're very, very genuine. And that's what I like about you. And if anybody hasn't gone to Crypto Crow's website, just do a search in the YouTube and go to his channel and take a look at it. Hey, the guy's an entrepreneur. The guy definitely knows his stuff and has investing techniques and so forth, and definitely has a heart for our country, has a heart for the people, and has a heart for making money, and there's nothing wrong with that. He certainly is an unabashed capitalist, and I think that's what makes this country great of ours. But I'm not here to put him down particularly. I just use him because he's, I think, a fantastic fellow that has a lot of good content out there that is slightly being misinformed on it. I do see a certain point that the SEC is to blame in a way, but they're not. It's our statutes, okay? Not the agency. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. So I want to dig deep into the research already that I have been going back and forth with the SEC, okay? So what I'm about to give you is information that upon research and upon dialogue and so forth, here's the deal. We hear a lot about ICOs and the difference between a utility token and a security token, okay? Well, I'm here to tell you, there is no difference. According to the SEC, there's no difference, okay? So let me give you something that you can research, and I'll definitely put the link below that you can go to this fantastic read from the U.S. Supreme Court, and the SEC goes by this. Okay, they have to. It's well over 35 years old. It's a long read, but for those of you who understand law and would like to kind of read it, go ahead and read it. But I'll just tell you what the court has reasoned on this, and the court has reasoned, and this has to do with the case of United Housing Foundation versus Foreman, 421 U.S. 837 in 1975. The court reasoned that the name of an instrument is not dispositive in analyzing whether the instrument constitutes a security. Instead, regulators must look to the economic realities of a transaction. Therefore, even though a particular instrument may be called stock or a note or a bond or even a coin or a token, we, i.e. SEC, must disregard form and look to the underlying substance of the transaction. Okay? So it doesn't matter what you call it. It has to be dispositive. Okay? So the critical precedent of this is regulators that are considering tokens, coins, utility tokens, and the like. The holding essentially requires regulators to begin an analysis with the understanding that the name of a product, whether it is a token or coin or the like, is not dispositive. Regulators must then consider the economic realities of the product. Is it a utility coin solely used in an ecosystem? Is it a token bought for an investment purpose, etc., as they consider the analysis? Okay, so what this means is you have people out there that are blaming the SEC. Oh, I can't invest, I can't do anything, and that's not true. You can invest, and here's what I have from the SEC straight up. They have basically said issuers of ICOs typically employ a business model that relies on online advertising, so they may qualify for the safe harbor program and programs under our registration. Okay, fine. Everybody understands that. But what they have come to, the question that was asked them is it illegal for U.S. citizens to invest in ICOs, especially foreign ICOs? And the answer is no. While they understand these offerings may be a priority for the SEC and state regulators, because like I said before, they're conducting analysis of these ICOs, the SEC does not believe there is any federal or state initiative, i.e. legislation or statute, that bars ICOs from selling in the United States, period. Okay? So what that says right there to me is this. Hey, if you're an ICO from Singapore, Hong Kong, Bermuda, Thailand, your land, my land, doesn't matter. Go ahead and sell to a U.S. citizen. This is a free country. You can sell it. So it's not the SEC barring the U.S. citizen. It is these companies that are barring U.S. citizens from purchasing it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to stress out here today, and that's the answer that I got back from the SEC. So this ought to be something for the investors out there to realize that you need to understand these companies and what they're doing, and many of them are scams, total scams, and so forth. As I stated before, the company I'm working with and a group of people, we're working on things too as well. And these things take a long time to do, a very long time to do. And you have to get in touch with regulators and everything and what they're doing and get an understanding of what's going on. But I hear all the time that, oh, it's the SEC not allowing U.S. citizens. No, they just said it right there. There's no initiative or state or federal that bars ICOs from selling in the United States. Okay, but if you're going to be selling in the United States, they're going to analyze everything. They're going to see if this is an investment or not, and if so, it falls under their jurisdiction. And guess what? It's a security. Doesn't matter what you call it. Okay, does not matter what you call it, and they're going to check up on you. They're going to try to find out. Another thing is, let me move this over here. You have here, and I have this on the SEC's website here, governing. A company should take care to provide sufficient information to investors to avoid violating the anti-fraud provisions of the securities laws. This means that any information a company provides to investors must be free from false or misleading statements. Similarly, a company should not exclude any information if the omission makes what is provided to investors false or misleading. Okay. Let me take you to this site right here, localcoinswap.com. Now, this came across as we all get a lot of emails and we see banner ads and everything else like that, local coin swap, seems like a good idea, whatever. And I started taking a look at the people here. And I look at this young guy right here, Dr. Artem Sergeyev. And he has a link right here, and you can see it pop up right there at the bottom left of my screen. You can see the link right there. Goes to his LinkedIn webpage. Guess what they have? Artem Sergeyev. This is him right here. I'm a doctoral candidate at the University of Hong Kong. Okay, scroll down. His education. He's a student. He's a PhD candidate. He has yet to even complete it. But yet, this website talks to him as a senior research fellow and his work, several notable academic awards, etc., etc. And I checked those out, and those are true, by the way. Everything here is true except this right here. He is not. So I decided to contact him, and he responded. He actually responded. And he's a nice fellow, nice guy. And I asked him about his school, and he said, yes, indeed, I am a PhD student and a senior fellow at Hong Kong University. And I thanked him for giving me that. And I asked him, I said, your name and profile is listed on an ICO, local coin swap, as an advisor. Is this correct? And he said, yes. I'm advising local coin swap on several transnational legal matters. Unfortunately, I do not know much about their business model, so you can discuss investments aspects with someone else on their team. If you are interested in the legal matters, they are registered in Hong Kong, and you can check the registration on the website through several public record platforms in Hong Kong, which I did, and he even provided a link. So they are there, and they are registered. But he tells me that this is all that he's involved with. And so I contacted him back, and I said, I think you need to take a look at their website. They have you listed as a PhD with the title of doctor. And this can definitely hurt somebody's future. It definitely can, because when your face and name and everything is out there and you're purporting to be something that you're not, this could definitely hurt your future. So I pointed that out to him, and he said, thanks, I'll ask them to make the amendment on the website. So they are yet to make it, but the point of the matter is, he tells me that I don't know anything. I just advise them on some transnational legal issues. That's it. Okay, so advisors to what? Okay, he's not even clear as to what. So this is what I'm talking about, and this is what the SEC talks about here. All these people that have these degrees and founder of what? And I think Jason said it well on Crypto Crow. Founder of what? And I always say, you're a PhD of what? So I go with these people, and I doubt a lot of these people's backgrounds of where they go, because sometimes I look in the system and I can't even find them. I cannot find anything that is related to their education or anything like that. And I think that is very, very important, okay? So if somebody is purporting to be from somewhere and be something, hey, let's say who you are. And if you're going to be listing these people to be impressive on a website to take people's money, that's saying something. And like these pop-ups right here, these have been going on for days. The same thing. Huntington Beach, 300 LCS using Ethereum. So I don't know how much money they're raising, or if they're actually even raising money at all, or if that's just some kind of a tick, going up, constantly saying to let people know that people are constantly looking at this website, buying their tokens. I have no idea. There's just a lot of things that I look at personally, and so do a lot of other people. And this is what the SEC looks at. And bingo, right here, as I said, a company should take care to provide sufficient information to investors to avoid violating the anti-fraud provisions of the security laws. This means that any information a company provides to investors must be free from false or misleading statements. A company should not exclude any information if the omission makes what is provided to investors false or misleading. Just that one item is fraud to the SEC. So therefore, guess what? They are now on their list as a target, in my opinion, and I'm willing to bet you within the next 2 weeks or less, the SEC is going to send out a letter on these people, cease and desist, just over that. Okay, so you have to be very, very clear of what you do. And you can also search their EDGAR database to determine whether a company has filed a Form D or any other kind of form with the SEC. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the SEC saying you cannot buy tokens. The SEC welcomes these companies to sell token ICOs from their ICOs, okay, to U.S. citizens. But you got to match criteria, and you got to be truthful. That's what they're saying. So I wanted to make that clear, and I wanted to let everybody know that this is what you need to be aware of, because to me the SEC has been very friendly and provided me information and everything, and a discussion back and forth. I do appreciate it very much, because these guys, to take their time out of their day to help me out and to even answer questions and so forth like that is a lot for them, and not everybody is going to get an answer. Like I said, I can ask one question, I might get an answer 2-3 months later off of it. Okay, so you can kind of see how the difference between video times that I've been posting videos and posting information on this. So it's taken a long time. But it's also time for what we're doing too as well, to get things going. And I am one to believe that we do need better security on ICOs and what's out there. And I've been working with other people in this space to make it to where it would be a lot better for investors like everyone and you all out there that wish to invest in crypto, to be able to say, yeah, this is a legitimate company. These guys have been vetted and they've been checked out. Okay, so I'll invest in the coin. Why not? Because there's going to be tens of thousands more coming within the next couple of years, guaranteed. You think you have 12 to 1,600 ICOs out there right now? Just wait till next year. It'll probably quadruple. And I think Jason at Crypto Crow would agree with me on that one. Great guy again, I'm telling you. But I wanted to point out that it's not just him, it's a lot of other people that blame the SEC. So this is what the SEC does, and the SEC has no issues, because they told me there are no federal or state initiatives that bar ICOs from selling in the United States. All are welcome. So there you go. They have to abide by the rules as anybody else, but depending on what kind of a token or whatever you want to call it, they don't care what you call it. You can call it the Mickey Mouse ice cream cupcake for all you care. They don't care. It's the underlying issue of what is it, okay? So I've already discussed that, and I hope this answers a lot of questions to everybody. Give a thumbs up if you like this video, and forward it, share it with your friends, and like if you haven't liked my channel. I'll be posting a little bit more, and also tell me what you think about it. And I'm asking others out there, tell me what you think about a system out there of actually being able to verify ICOs, because what's out there really isn't enough to check. There are ways to really check. There are, because I know how to do it, and so do a lot of other qualified people. You just got to find out. I might even make a video on showing you how you can do it if you want to know how I do it, and you can pay me $9 for it or something like that. $9.99, right? Everybody sells their how to make money on crypto programs, U Academy. So. But what I wanted to tell you with what I do, and this isn't what I do full time, by the way, but with what I'm doing is I'm actually putting the time in to actually research this and get answers back in writing, okay, that I can actually put up here and for you all to understand what these state and federal regulators are up against and what they're doing about it. So I think it's extremely important for the future of cryptocurrency because it's almost as if they see like, oh, this is government takeover or anything. No, it's not really a government takeover or anything. The government already has statutes and laws on the books. What I believe is the big businesses now that are realizing, these guys are out there that started something, they're onto something big. And if we don't jump on it and put our billions of dollars into it and our muscle behind it, we're going to lose out and we're going to lose a big piece of our pie. So let me hear from you on what you think, and let me hear from you if you're interested in possibly seeing something about an ICO verification system that I have been mentioning long ago that because of this, and it has taken this long because I need to get answers from people, qualified people, and people that I know in the business and people that I meet in government and everywhere else in business and so forth, that this is something that can be used for the benefit of everyone, right? So let me know what you think. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your time in this, and uh, definitely give me a thumbs up and like the video and like me on Twitter and everywhere else. Take care. Peace out.